It has been forever since I've done a tag, I feel. And this is a tag that I was tagged in almost a year ago. And oh my god, I suck at doing things in a timely manner. Oh my god. But better late than never. So this is the Road So Far book tag. It was originally done by Josh from Beards and Books, and I was tagged by Steph from Steph OK. I will be linking both videos down in the description. So I'm sorry if I keep looking at my notebook. I have the questions written down because otherwise I will forget them. So question 1 is, if you could pick a fictional world to live in, what would it be and why? And this one was hard. This one was really hard. I would narrow it down to the Percy Jackson books by Rick Riordan or the Mercyverse by Patricia Briggs. Percy Jackson because I think there are aspects of being a demigod that are really cool, and I would love to be able to go to Camp Half-Blood. And the Mercyverse because I feel living in a world with fae, werewolves, and all of them would also be cool. And I would like to assume I have enough sense not to get myself dragged into all sorts of crazy shenanigans like Mercy. So I'm feeling I'd be relatively safe. Question number 2 is... Sorry, I couldn't read my writing there. Question 2 is, what solo book and or series surprised you the most? I would have to say the Aragon series by Christopher Paolini. When I was first introduced to this book way back in middle school, because back in that time I was still kind of finding my niche of what I like to read, and I hadn't read a lot of fantasy at that point, so I was super hesitant going in. But I was very pleasantly surprised because this ended up being one of my favorite series for a while back in the day. Question number 3 is, you could pick only one author to meet. Who would you choose and why? This one was hard. There are several authors I like that I got to meet already. There are several more authors that I would love to meet. So I'm like, who do I choose? After very much debate, I would have to pick Michael J. Sullivan, who wrote the Rhaenyra series, the Rhaenyra Chronicles, and the Legends of the First Empire series. One of my best friends introduced me to the Rhaenyra series a couple years ago, and I fell in love with this series. And Michael J. Sullivan has very quickly become one of my favorite authors, and I would love to have a chance to meet him. Question number 4 is, if you could only ever read one genre of book for the rest of your life, what genre would you choose and why? So this question I am unsure about. My first answer would be fantasy, but then again that also begs the question, does urban fantasy fall under that, or because it's kind of a different thing, does it qualify as its own genre? So if urban fantasy counts as its own genre, I would pick urban fantasy, because I do like high fantasy here and there, but I find I read urban fantasy more, so I would lean towards that. And I don't know, I love fantasy. I love reading books that are totally different from the world that I know of. I enjoy high fantasy, but I also enjoy urban fantasy, seeing like werewolves, vampires, fairies, and the like in an everyday setting that I can easily picture in my mind. Question number 5 is, what genre do you rarely read but wish you read more of? I might have to say contemporary. I don't read a lot of that, mostly because I find myself getting bored with it. I don't know why. A lot of times I just can't get into it. And I wish I could, because based on what other people talk about, things sound, pretty interesting, but I just can't make myself read too much of it. There's exceptions to that, of course, like Geekerella, but for the most part, I just can't get into contemporary. Question number 6 is, what is the most intimidating book or book series you are too nervous to start? And this also depends for me. Does this imply a series that I plan to start but I'm too intimidated, or a series that I will never start because I'm too intimidated? If it's a series I am too intimidated to even start, it would have to be A Song of Fire and Ice by George R. R. Martin. That is like the official series name, right? I don't know. Just, it's too long. I don't think I could make myself sit through and read all of that. A series that makes me too nervous to start, but I plan to start anyway, is the Dark Edifices series by Cassandra Clare. Just, all three of those books are pretty long, and that's gonna take a lot of time, and yeah, that's gonna be quite a lot of time dedicated to this. So I plan to read that, but it's just getting started. So question number 7 is, if you had to recommend one book and or series above all others, what would it be? Oh boy. Either the Raya Chronicles or the Raya Revelation series by Michael J. Sullivan. They are both set in the same world, the same characters, just the Raya Chronicles are a prequel series to the Raya Revelations. Just both those series I love, but just since my friend recommended this series to me, I am hooked, and I will literally recommend it to anyone who has any interest in fantasy. It is a fun series, the characters are great, I love them, the writing is great, it's awesome, just, I will forever recommend this series. And the final question, question number 8, is what are your reading plans and booktube plans for the next 6 months? Oh boy. So, my big reading plans are to read a lot of the unread books that are on my shelves. I am trying to go through a lot of my books so I can figure out, okay, what do I want to keep? What do I want to donate? Yada yada yada. Because unfortunately in this apartment, I don't have much space for books. And I'd rather have space for the books that I have read and know I'm going to reread than the ones that are just kind of sitting there unread. And frankly, I'd like to get that done before those 6 months. You know, entering the new year with an organized bookshelf. Might not happen, but whatever. Another reading goal I have is to try and go through my Goodreads. I have books that have been on there on my to-read shelf since 2014. I am trying to shorten that, get rid of some books that have been on my TBR for years. Just, I feel guilty that they've been sitting on my TBR, and I don't know, I just feel the need to shorten that. As for booktube goals, I do want to grow my channel. I do want to like expand the content I do over here. Try and do some more tag videos. Try and do, I don't know, I want to get back into TBRs and just do a few other things besides reviews. Maybe try and do something a little different that maybe not everyone is doing. What that is, I have no idea yet, but oh well. And I want to get more involved in the community. I want to start actively participating, like trying to start conversations with other booktubers, both on Twitter, Bookstagram, YouTube, commenting more, just really want to make some more like booktube friends. Because I don't know a lot of people in real life who are avid readers, but like one that I do know lives literally on the other side of the country from me, so not like, you know, me and her can go to books events and like gush in person that often. It'd be nice to make more friends on booktube, but it is hard for me because I feel like I'm being annoying when I reach out and try to make friends. I am an awkward person, so yeah, I'm worried that people think I'm gonna be weird or sketchy or just awkward. But yeah, I need to get over that. It's something I've been trying to get over, but that's a big booktube-ish goal for me. So yeah, that is it for this tag video. I don't have anyone I can tag, so anyone watching this, I tag you if you want to do it. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you guys next time.